So this is the question. Let me just.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm just sharing the question. Yeah. Okay, I hope you can see the question, right?
Yes, ma'am. In future, all car, buses, trucks will be
I
driverless.
wanted to discuss this question because question का topic थोड़ा सा अलग है. So that's the reason. Yes, tell me. So what do you understand by the question? So the moment you're coming across the question for the essay, दो चीजें आपको करनी है. एक तो you have to decide upon the topic of the essay from the question, and then you also have to decide the task. That is, what is the type of the essay. So read the question and
Okay.
tell me what do you understand.
So basically, the question is talking about the how the artificial intelligence in the future will operate. Like there will be driverless buses, vehicles. So drivers won't be operating the vehicles, and the only people traveling inside these vehicles will be passengers.
Correct. So if you look at the question says that in the future, all cars, buses, trucks will be driverless. So they won't be having drivers. So, it would be kind of controlled or driven by remotely. Probably they will be operated by remote, or they will be operated by robots or artificial intelligence, but human drivers won't be there. The only people traveling inside these vehicles will be passengers. So the drivers would be, the entire car would be automated in terms of driving, and the only people would be the passengers. So if you look at the question, the task question, it says, do you think that the advantages of driverless vehicles outweigh the disadvantages? So this is basically an advantage disadvantage essay with opinion. And why is it advantage disadvantage essay with opinion? How do you know that the question is asking you for your opinion? This we can understand that in any case you have to compare the advantages, compare the disadvantages, and
We have
you have to. But how do you know
written. Do you
that?
think that the advantages they are asking for it? Like, what is your opinion on this? Like, do you think that advantages overweight the disadvantages?
Just give me 1 second. So yes, the question says, because you have this word outweigh. Since you have this word outweigh, so that is why it is, you will understand that it is basically asking you for your opinion. Okay.
Okay.
Now moving on to the structure. So if we have to talk about the structure of advantage, disadvantage, essay with opinion, we have the introduction, that is paraphrasing the question. Then you have the opinion statement. So since the essay is asking you for your opinion, that do you think that the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? So you not only have to compare the advantages and the disadvantages, at the same time, you also have to take any one side. So we are giving an opinion statement in the introduction. Then we have the content statement. Moving on to BP1. So Shazia, in BP1, what should be the content, your side or the other side?
No, good morning, ma'am. BP1, the other side, ma'am.
So in an advantage, disadvantage essay with opinion, in a discussion essay with strong opinion, in these two types of essays, whenever you're taking any one side, just make it a point that you are giving the
Other side.
Yes, in your BP1. And in the other side, you're just giving 1 point. Okay, not more than that, which means you're not wasting much time, energy, and effort on the other side. Now, moving on to your BP2, which is talking about your side, which is 2 or more points. Definitely, because that is your side. Then you have the conclusion, wherein you are refuting the other side to show the upper hand of your side. And then you are restating your opinion. Clear? All of you? So ideally, this is the solid and comprehensive structure for advantage, disadvantage essay with opinion. Now, जैसे मैं पहले भी बोलती हूँ, अभी भी I am telling you that there is not one single structure on this earth for advantage, disadvantage essay with opinion. There are many structures given by many teachers and training institutes. This is a basic one which has helped my students score 7.58 in their writing. If you want, you can follow some other structure, but make it a point that whatever structure you're following, you're supposed to address all the parts of the question. Is that clear?
Okay.
All of you?
Yeah.
Yes? Great. Now, so we got the question for the essay. We have 40 minutes to work on the essay. How are we supposed to segregate the 40 minutes of time? Harleen.
25 to 30 minutes for the like main points, main paragraph, main content.
So are you trying to say that the moment you're getting the question for the essay, you'll jump into writing the essay? There won't be any planning, there won't be any micro planning?
Microplanning.
Bhul gaya. After doing so many sessions, Harleen, how could you just forget this?
Microplanning, we have to microplan.
Okay. The first 5 to 7 minutes will be basically on planning and micro planning. The next 25 to 30 minutes will be on writing the main essay. And then the last 3 to 4 minutes is on
Proofreading.
yes, proofreading and revising. So what happens is that, most of the students, they spend a lot of time into writing the main essay, and finally by the end they reach the essay. By the end of the time, they do not get that sufficient time to proofread or revise. But I always insist and suggest all of my students who have scored a 7.5 or 7, 8 in their writing, they are the ones who revise their writing at the last, because that is something which is very important. Okay. So for all of you, judiciously and wisely spend your time. First 5 to 7 minutes on planning and micro planning, then 25 to 30 minutes on writing the main essay. And the last step, proofreading or revising, is equally important. Okay, equally important with the step of writing the main essay. Okay, now let us move on to planning the main points. Now, if we look at the essay, and if we can see, Shazia has already given a strong opinion statement, and probably she is taking the side of drawbacks. So she is telling, if we look at the question says that in the future, all cars, buses, and trucks will be driverless. The only people traveling inside these vehicles will be passengers. So the car will be driven by automated, things like maybe AI, maybe robots or something. So Shazia has an opinion statement, and Shazia is trying to say that there is enough compelling evidence to argue that such innovations bring with it a deluge of drawbacks which supersede the benefits. So if you look at this entire statement, we can understand that Shazia is saying that this whole idea of driving the car with the help of robots or artificial intelligence or machines without human drivers is something which brings with it a lot of drawbacks in comparison to the benefits. Okay, so what are the drawbacks, Shazia? What is the first drawback? What is the first drawback?
I have written the first drawback, safety. There will be more road accidents as there will be no human control.
Fine. So you're trying to say that, there will be less safety or more accidents, right? Okay. What is the next
Yes,
point, Arlene? Do you have anything to say? Like if you have...
The AI will replace the human resources, like unemployment. It will lead to unemployment.
This will also lead to, unemployment. So a lot of drivers or a lot of people, who have their full-time profession as driving, they will be losing their jobs. And what would happen if they are losing their jobs? If they lose
Unemployment,
their jobs, then they will, they will not be
poverty.
able to, yes, there will be poverty. And at the same time, they will not be able to feed their families. So probably they have to look out for jobs, which would be paying less. They have to make a compromise, or they have to resort to illegal ways of earning money. Now that would again result in an increase in the crime in the city, right? Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So
Yes.
देखा कैसे एक point से हम लोग उसको extend कर रहे हैं, और we are actually explaining, because under your IELTS, in the marking criteria of your IELTS writing task 2, it is very important that you are presenting a point, you are extending, and you are substantiating with relevant evidence. Clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
let us do the micro planning. So micro planning for this point, the first one, as you said, so we need a topic sentence. So you are saying that it is less safe if you don't have human drivers. Why do you think it is less safe if you don't have human drivers and it's all controlled and driven by robots, Shazia?
Because the automobiles will be computerized and they cannot replace the talent of a human mind.
Right. So you can say that, computers or robots are machines, and they are programmed by humans only, right? Yes. So, I mean, they do have some constraints. And so they cannot replace the, you can say, the cognitive competence of a human driver. Okay. And then you can give an evidence, because again, for every point that you are giving, you have to, sorry, mention the point, you have to extend it, and then, you have to substantiate with example. So example, आप यहाँ पे statistical दे सकते हो, आप यहाँ पे specific दे सकते हो, आप यहाँ पे personal experience भी दे सकते हो. Okay, moving on to the next point, that is basically unemployment will increase. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So people who were having, drivers, they'll be losing jobs. So, either they will have to compromise.
मैम आपका स्क्रीन स्टक हो गया है.
वो आपके साथ हुआ है और किसी के साथ नहीं हुआ है. I think there's a technical concern on your end, Shazia. Everybody else can see my screen, right? Properly?
Yes, ma'am. Now I can see.
All right. So if you can see, either they will have to compromise with the, with the pay, or they will have to resort to illegal activities or illegal ways of earning money that will in turn, result in increase in crime in the city, right? And then you can again give an example. Clear? Got it? So this is how the micro planning has to be done, both of you. All right. So for both of you, you have to understand that this is exactly how, you have to part of do the micro planning. So whatever points you are giving, for every point you have to present the point, you have to extend, and you have to substantiate with the help of an evidence. But जैसे मैंने कल आपको बताया था that if you are not having evidence for both the points, suppose here we are giving two disadvantages and we don't have we don't have evidence for both the disadvantages, then you can just give for one and you can, skip for the other. That's absolutely fine. But at least for one point, there should be an evidence. Okay, so Harleen, whenever you're working on an essay, please make it sure that you're doing this first and then starting to write the essay. And for Shazia also, I don't know whether you're doing this, but this technique is extremely helpful. So please try to, do this.
Okay, ma'am.
Just give me 1 second now. So now when we are working on the main essay, make it sure that you're starting with your body para 2, because body para 2 is your content. So the content of the entire essay is basically revolving around body para 2. And so you're supposed to leave some space for the introduction, leave some space for body para 1, start working on body para 2, then BP1, and then conclusion. Is that clear, all of you? Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now let's work on this paragraph, which is your body para. Okay. So we are starting with having said that, because again, this is a contrasting linker and we are talking about two different sides. Okay. So this is okay. It could be argued that fine, when the automobiles will run without a human touch, then there would be high chances of witnessing either a minor glitch or a major one in the automation process, which might lead to road accidents. Okay. Road accidents followed by, see again, these will not be in capital, followed by either or. Okay, either a minor glitch or a major one. Okay, which might, okay. It's not might, which would. Might is a possibility, would is determination. It would lead to road accidents, or you can say, yeah, road accidents followed by severe injuries and inevitable damage, not only to the passengers, but also to the vehicle. Perfect. So look at the sentence construction that she has done. Are you saying that a perfect sentence construction, an advanced one, and this is a sentence construction, where you're having so many parts. See, when you have then, okay, then you have either or. And the sentence construction is also very much accurate and effective. Okay, so then you have not only but also. So in one sentence construction, she has given the topic sentence, she has explained the point, and at the same time, she has tried to, use different or a variety of sentence construction. So then you have a recent study reveals. So she gives a statistical example that due to sudden failure of engines and inadequacy of fully charged batteries, China has witnessed more than 300 cases of road mishaps related to artificial intelligent cars. Very good. Okay, so look at due to. So you can say due to, or what is an advanced lingo for due to? I mean, due to is definitely correct, but it is kind of basic. What is an advanced lingo? Owing to. Yes, yes, yes. You are right. So it could be owing to. Okay. Okay. Fine. So this is one point. Now then you're saying besides this, which wherein you are giving the other point. So Harleen, did you understand that here what she has
Yes, ma'am.
what she has done is, this is a typical example of a point wherein she has clubbed the topic sentence along with the explanation and put it in one sentence. There's one sentence and she has put the topic sentence along with the you can say explanation. Okay, and then she is giving the evidence. You can do that. So besides this, what is more worrisome? Okay, what is more worrisome? Or you could have said a far more serious concern. So I'm just writing that so that you don't miss it. Is that there could be a significant rise. Very good. Significant rise is a, anybody? Collocation.
Advanced.
Substantial rise. Yes, it is an advanced collocation. Why? Because rise is a noun and significant is an adjective. In the unemployment among citizens who are drivers by their professions, or okay, who are, WH word, okay. Or you can say who are professional drivers. Okay. Now, there is a chance of using neither nor over here. Okay. So who are professional drivers and meet their the spelling is wrong. Bare minimum needs with the income they receive from it. Okay. Okay, you can say this. But I think there is a possibility and there is a room for using neither nor over here, right? Neither nor. Like who are professional drivers. So in the unemployment among citizens who are professional drivers and therefore meet the bare minimum needs or you can say they will neither be able to meet the bare minimum needs of their family, nor find any other desk job. Or you can say nor have to find any other desk job. Did you get it? I mean, because drivers are drivers, right? I mean, if the drivers are not driving, then what would they do? Their profession is, I mean, you are driving. So if you're not driving, then you cannot just go in front of a computer and do an IT job. Are you getting it? So if a professional driver is losing his job, that means he will neither be able to feed his family, nor, you know, has the cognitive competence or the brain or the mindset to basically do any other sort of job. Okay. So neither, and then you have nor. Okay. So unemployment among citizens who are professional drivers and therefore they will neither be able to meet the bare minimum needs nor have the cognitive competence to find any other desk job. Okay. Therefore, if such technological developments take place in the upcoming years, then people would not only suffer from dearth of job. We don't need this. You've already talked about unemployment, right? You've already talked about increase in unemployment rates among these professional drivers. So you can say, so therefore, yeah, that's it. Okay. So if then is a good sentence, put an advanced sentence construction that she has mentioned. Perfectly fine. Resulting in is verb ing. Good. As well in the city. Okay. Resulting in more criminal cases in the city, or resulting in rise in the crime wave in the city. So you can even say resulting in. Okay. All right. So this is exactly how, you have to give. So see, from one particular point, so in one point she gave an example, for this point she didn't have to, and so she has kind of explained it and then given another sentence. So absolutely fine. Okay, now moving on to body para 1. Now when we talk about body para 1, we are not starting with for a start. Shazia, I have mentioned it also. If your body para 1 would have been disadvantages, then it should have started with unfortunately. And since your body para 1 consists of the merits or the benefits, so it should start with what? Which is the word that you should be starting, or you should have started your body para 1 with?
What is overwhelmingly beneficial?
Body para 1, I'm asking you.
Okay, 1.
Certainly. You can start with certainly.
Certainly.
Because you're talking about the merits in your body para 1, so it can start with certainly. Okay?
Okay.
So certainly. Driverless vehicles could be cost effective for both government as well as citizens. Again, government, the better word for government is state or regime. Okay, as well as citizens. It could be exemplified by if a person. By and if doesn't work. It could be exemplified by a person. So it could be exemplified by a person who uses such type of cars, or such a type of car. Then he could effortlessly save the money which could otherwise be used in giving salary to the driver along with other benefits. Okay, so you're trying to say that it is cutting down upon the, okay. So it is this. Could be exemplified by a person who would use such a type of car, and he could effortlessly save the money which could otherwise be spent, not used, in giving salary to the driver along with other benefits. Okay. However, instead of however, try to use nevertheless and nonetheless. That's an advanced contrasting linker. Okay.
Okay,
so maybe you can say nevertheless, nonetheless. With such advancements, people are becoming over-reliant and tend to become lazy and careless. Okay. With such advancements, okay, with, very good, with such advancements, good. People are becoming over-reliant, yeah, and tend to become lazy, over-reliant on automobiles, and tend to become lazy and careless in terms of their safety. Perfect. So Harleen, are you seeing the way she's, framing your body para 1? First, she's talking about the merit, which is cost effectiveness and affordability, and, it becomes economical. And then she's basically giving an example, and then she's refuting it to show the upper hand of her side. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a better way of writing. Economical choice, reasonably economical choice, something like that. Okay, guys, I'm closing this room and starting another one. You all can join in with the same link.
Okay.